Alright, so Spyro is one of the most iconic games that basically everyone has either played or heard if you're into gaming. You play as a purple dragon and run around various worlds, taking out enemies and gathering collectibles, so it's basically the opposite of Barney the purple dragon who just touches children and contributes nothing positive to the universe.
That's what I'm saying.
But today I decided to platinum the first game in the reignited trilogy called Spyro the Dragon. These nuts across your face, I'm sorry, I'm so sorry. Anyways, there's only 37 trophies inside, including the platinum, and this is one of the easier platinum trophies out there. This is also a part of my challenge to platinum pretty much every single notable single-player game that I haven't already before I hit 800,000 subscribers, because I have no life, so make sure to drop a like and subscribe. So the first stage is just beat the game because you kind of need to get 100% in general to really finish it. So, you know, there actually really isn't a first stage aside from literally just 100%ing every single level, which you should do anyway. The main plot behind Spyro is that an evil creature named Gnasty, Gnorc or something is trying to take over the world by turning every dragon into a crystallized version. However, he forgot Spyro here because, well, we are so small. He honestly might not have seen us standing there. I got my first trophy only 2 minutes into the game right here from just jumping on these stone pedestals next to a waterfall. So that's cool, I guess, easy dubs. But then I began the method of playing this game that you kind of just repeat over and over the entire time. Just collecting everything you see, killing every enemy you see, and trying not to miss any gems on the way. Because that is the main thing we are after and will usually miss. The next trophy I got was only a few minutes after the previous one, except this time it was from gliding to the first real secret area of the game in one of the levels inside the first world. While up here, you also have to chase down an egg and get lots of chests and gems for the town square level in addition to that trophy, by the way. So I just kept on playing the game as you do, having a fun time because Spyro is honestly one of the more easily enjoyable games out there, and it's a blast. But I did reach a sort of boss level against a creature named Toasty, and he is located in the Toasty world as well. And at first glance, it appears to be almost a scarecrow kind of thing that we are trying to touch, but after a few rounds of fire from our throat, the real Toasty appears, and it's just a sheep with way too much time on his hands. And I got a trophy once I beat Toasty because he didn't hit me one time. I then got another trophy right after when I was back in the main hub of the first world's area, and it was from reaching the balloon guy and going to the next set of worlds. In this new set of worlds, I ended up playing a level called Cliff Town a few minutes after entering it. And inside the Cliff Town level, there is vultures absolutely everywhere trying to nosedive bomb us like it's Pearl Harbor all over again. And in the acts of killing every single one of them like a true American would, I got a trophy. I also got another trophy right after from charging a vulture and killing it, which was totally on purpose, of course. I'm the GOAT, we all know this. About half an hour later, I then made it to the next set of worlds, and the home world was in a swamp, very stinky and smelly like your mom's coochie. But aside from that, almost right away when I entered it, there was a cage with a chicken trapped inside. And once I smashed it open and the chicken was set free, I got a trophy from doing that. On another level later, called Dr. Shrimp or something weird, there was a strong chest that I opened. These types of chests either need a key or a supercharge into them for them to open up. But I just used the key this time and got a trophy called What's in the Box. I'm not sure if that's a movie reference or not, but if it is, I gotta say, that is class. Absolute cinema. There was another random trophy I got a while later on in a level called Dark Hollow, just from lighting up 2 bonfires, which I only did because I got confused and had no clue where to go or what to do, which kind of became a trend on some of these levels in the Spyro game. Usually I did super well until needing like 10 to 20 more gems, but at that point all the obvious gems are already collected and all that remain are either secret ones or hidden ones. And now we all know I'm not the smartest cookie in the cookie jar, so shout out YouTube guide creators, actually the world's 5th wonder for real. Anyways, after that last trophy I actually took a break to sleep. Yes, I do indeed do that sometimes. I know some of you question if I do, but it's true. So when I woke back up the next morning, I really strapped in for the long haul, and I ended up platinuming this game with a 5-hour straight long session. The first trophy I got during this was right here from me taking out all 3 of these ski Gnorcs. These are an enemy type that are just on skis, which is honestly an impressive feat to just be chilling in. That's gotta be uncomfortable as a mother. Anyways, the next one I got was called Gatherer, and it was from gathering 400 gems total on a level called it was called Blowhard. I can't even make the joke, dude. It's way too obvious. Ask your mom. I also got a trophy after for just getting an egg from the egg thief on Wizard Peak. This was another type of collectible within the game, but they are actually kind of annoying. You basically just chase around a weird blob holding an egg, and that's that. And the next trophy I got was another kind of collectible one, but I wasn't even going for it because at this point in the game, I was nearing the ending of the levels, to be honest, and I kind of began to get good at actually 100%ing these things, which in doing so also unlocked me a lot of trophies in the process. And this one was from blowing up all 3 of these fireworks on the pillars in Alpine Ridge, which in doing so also gives you gems, and that's the real reason why I did it, but it's also a trophy. Sadly, this next trophy I got was from killing all the spiders in the spider caves on the high caves level. But boy, oh boy, these spiders are kind of nuts. You can't kill them with any normal attack, and you need either a fairy fire boost, which is very temporary, like all my relationships with women. Oh god. Shut the fuck. Or you need to use a supercharge, which can be hard to navigate within the caves. Very hard. Wink, wink. But I did do it right here with my last spider getting sent to the shadows with the supercharged attack I mentioned. I then got another gem collecting trophy on a level called Metalhead, which was a bit harder to get all of them on compared to other levels, and that's why it's a trophy. There was then a level I landed on, or rather came back to at this point, called Treetops. This level is by far the most confusing in the entire game, because you have to use these supercharged ramps over and over and over and over. Okay, you get the point. But you gotta use these ramps and send yourself flying across the map in areas no normal person would even try to get to, just so you can get enough speed and reach the final floating islands gems needed for 100%. So thanks to a wondrous guide, yet again, completed this level to 100% and got this trophy from using every single ramp in the Treetops level. I then did a sort of side level called Wild Flight, but it was a flying level, which there is, I think, one of these types of levels in every single world in the game, but a few have trophies from just beating them without touching the ground, or it really means without messing up, to be honest. I then got a trophy from charring 3 fools in a row. Fools are just an enemy that looked like Ron Weasley from Harry Potter if he bulked up and forgot to cut the weight. I also got a trophy from completing another flying level called Icy Flight without touching the ground right here. And I ended up getting into the final levels of the game, which had these very annoying dogs on them that change from big size to little size, and if you kill 3 of them while they are big and hard, you get a trophy, so that's cool. I then got another trophy from consecutive charging through enemies, except this time it was through 4 puffer birds who kind of look like the forbidden dark web 3 AM inbred angry bird. You know, that's something for sure. But then my next trophy was actually from 100%ing the game. And the final level was a boss fight level against the Norm Nom Do-God or whatever his name was, I forgot. But basically the level just had us chase him around in circles until he got tired and we blew fire on him, which in turn sent the guy screaming and crying into the depths of his lair whilst also taking away the platforms to follow him, so you had to be pretty quick with the jumping, if you know what I'm saying. And once you reach the end of that section, you hit him one more time and save the day for good. There was then some credits, of course, and I also had to save the final dragon of the game, who told me that I need to go 100% the rest of the game in order to access the real final level. But little did he know, I already did that. So here is that final story trophy from 100%ing Spyro. I then went into the real final level next because there was an additional 2,000 gems to be gotten here and a trophy from getting them all, which I also got right here. And that is it for the levels I need to play. So now it's time to go back in for stage 2 and just get all of the trophies that I missed, which there is quite a few of them. The first one was from killing 10 sheep with fire on the first area of the game right here. I then had to do a full arc rotation on a bridge, so basically just do a loop in the air and not hit anything, and here's that trophy. I then went to the desert world, which had cannons on it, and there's a certain area where you can get enemies to taunt you by them mooning us, and if you shoot their butt with a cannon, you get a trophy for shooting the moon. I then got my first Hot Wings trophy on a flying level from well, scorching all of the poor fairies here until they were hot wings. I also had to get a quad feed kill on a bunch of gingers, which I would have done anyways because that's just good fun. Next, I got my second Hot Wings trophy, which is the last one, and again, just from scorching all of the fairies on another flying level. I then returned back to the swamp level finally and did a trophy from finding all 5 glowing mushrooms here, then burning them to a crisp because nobody is allowed to have fun anymore. I also went to a level within the swamp worlds and lit off 3 fireworks here within 15 seconds. There's a perfect place to do this, by the way, that has 3 literally right next to each other, so that's not hard at all. I did have to do a very annoying trophy after this, however, called Scrap Metal, where I had to go replay an entire level and kill every single tin soldier on it, which can only be done with extra flame power or the supercharge, so it's not easy. And of course I missed one because anytime you die, this one tin soldier respawns all the way back at the start, and I didn't know this. Very dumb. I then had to go to another level and get rid of these 4 enemies on pillars in one single glide, which was kind of hard. It took me a few tries, however I did do it. I also then had to replay another level in its entirety, but this time just not kill any wraths, no matter how much I wanted to. My second to last trophy was then from me destroying every gear on this one level that has the most annoying enemies in the entire game. Also, finding these gears is damn near impossible because they are just sitting around at random places with no glow or anything at all. Shout out once more to the YouTube guide creators actually carrying me to this platinum today. But then my final trophy was from me just simply chasing the final boss in circles for 4 times in a row, which is so many that at one point the boss just kind of paused and sat there waiting for me to kill him because he felt bad. So that's kind of funny, and here's that final trophy with the platinum trophy pop right after. That was the Spyro the Dragon platinum trophy experience. Overall, the game was a ton of fun, and I shouldn't even say overall because it just was fun. Spyro is one of the best and most lighthearted games that really anyone can enjoy, whether you're a kid or you're old enough to have a kid. So yeah, that's basically it. I got a big video coming soon that I've been working on, so stay tuned and I'll see you all in the next one. Thanks for watching, Daddy. Like a dragon, like a dragon.
Oh my God!